Okay, this is Module 2. We're going to start creating with After Effects. We're going to do a simple clip of static images and get them to rotate and move around and spin around on their axis. So it should look something like this at the end. So we're going to create a new file, new project. And the first thing we're going to do is in our project tab, we're going to import some recent images. So these are of my little doggy, Daisy, who's my new puppy. And and we're going to just import her in. Okay, so I'm going to shift, select, and I can just open that and import all three of them. Now, the next thing I need to do is I'm going to make a composition out of that. So that means that I've got these different layers and I can add different effects to them, and then it compresses it into one piece of footage or file. So there's several ways you can make a new composition. You can create from here, you can create it from the stage, you can go new here, or you could use the shortcut key of Command N. So let's do a new composition, and we'll just call it Comp 1 for now. Now we want to change the duration. I don't think this will go for 30 seconds, but I'll make it 20, and then I can always change it on the timeline. And have the background color as black is good, and that's good to go. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag them down onto the timeline, and I might fix them up as I go. So here's the first photo of Daisy, and the other thing is we're going to make this 3D. So you click on here that it's 3D. If you don't see it, you go down to the toggle switch and you'll find it then. Okay, so she's there. I can take my rotation tool and let's make the screen bigger, and I can move her around. I can take my selection tool and make the photo a bit smaller. Okay, that's good. Let's do another one. So we'll grab another one of Daisy. Now, again, we'll make the image smaller, and so when you're working on it, you'll get this frame of squares around the photo. And we'll make her 3D, and so we can take the rotation tool and I can move her around in different ways. Don't want to rotate her too much. Whoops, not that way. There we go, that's nice. I can move her along the x-axis. Okay, so that's good there. And then I'm going to drag, oh, that's the wrong one. I'm going to take this one, drag it down, put the cube on, and again she's come in pretty big, so I'm going to take off the rotation and make her smaller. So this is her when she's just a newborn puppy. I'm a dog lover. Make that smaller there, a bit bigger. Okay, that's pretty cute. We'll stick her up here. We could, oh, no, let's put her down here. We could rotate her around a bit on these different axes. That's nice. Now the other thing is we've got our translation tools here, so that's on our local axis, and that snaps these little doobie things onto the frame, and that's the world axis. I prefer the world axis, but okay. So now the next thing we need to do is get a camera in there so that it's the camera looking at the movement. And so what we do is we're going to create a new layer. So we're going to go to Layer, New, and Camera. Okay, so then it comes up with a camera. I'm not going to fiddle around with this too much. It should be fine. And click OK, and we've got a camera layer here now. Alright, so now I'm going to animate this, and to animate it we've got to put some keyframes in. So hopefully this will work. Now we'll use a lot of shortcut keys that will start coming really natural to you. So the first thing we're going to do is just A on the camera, and we want a point of interest. And I'll go into point of interest later, but we click on that and it'll give us a little keyframe there. Okay, now the other thing we want to do is we want some other things happening. So we need some position in there, so we'll shift position and we'll click that on, and so now I've got a point of interest keyframe and a position keyframe. And the other thing I need is orientation, which is on your R key. So you hit orientation, okay, and now you've got 3 different keys there. Now what I'm going to do is have her come in at this point from the side of the stage. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is start moving her across. So at 2 seconds, I still have my keyframes there, but I'm just going to move her across, and using my camera, here we go. So this is the other thing, is the camera key. If you go C, it'll bring up the camera, and you can do different things. You just keep pressing C and it'll scroll through it. So that's our orbit, and I want her to start orbiting in, and grab a selection, bring her in here, and she can orbit a bit, and select her again, and orbit her. That's pretty cool. Okay, so we'll go up another few seconds with our timeline indicator. And what I could do is hit the orbit camera again, but do C, and that'll track it. If I want to track these images along the X and Y axes, I just pull them this way, and I might want to orbit again and get them spinning around, so they're just orbiting around the center. Okay, that's cool. Okay, next couple of seconds, and we'll bring our key up here, and that's Daisy now, and C on this again, and let's bring her over here a bit. Okay, cool. And the next thing I'm going to do is use C again, but I'm going to track the Z camera, meaning I'm going to move along the Z axis, which is bringing it forward or back. And what I'm going to do is just get her to start disappearing. So she's just going to fade into the background. And I might do that again and just fade her, keep fading her into the background. So there's hardly anything there. So when I scrub over this, I've got a nice little clip of images that have been 3D'd. Now I can change the frame rate so it's a lot faster than this. This is a little bit slow. And it's simple, but it's a little bit tricky in the same breath. And I haven't put any special effects over the top of it. I could have her zooming into the back and then all of a sudden put some special effects, like some cloud. We might do that next time, a cloud coming, poof, like disappearing. Okay, so that's using simple static images, and we'll look at rendering this next time.